And we officially have bad. Maybe. Austin Novosad. Everything points to it. Will likely flip his commitment to Oregon. This is an emergency Locked On Baylor.
You are Locked On Baylor, your daily podcast on the Baylor Bears, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Emergency Locked On Baylor. Never a good thing, by the way. Emergency
Not
Locked
usually,
On Baylor.
yeah.
Seldom ever a good thing. Drake Toll alongside Cameron Stewart, both of us with Inside the Bears. Cam, while we don't at the time of recording, things are changing by the minute right now, have confirmation that Austin Novosad will not be in a Baylor uniform this time in a month. I don't think Austin Novosad is going to be in a Baylor uniform this time in a month.
I'm trying to be positive about this. And again, it is still a crystal ball prediction still as we're talking. So nothing really confirmed, obviously, but the way that the outlets are running with this is not making me feel good. Not making me feel good at all. I'm in evaluation mode.
I'm in evaluation mode
on what my feelings are about to be.
Oh, yeah. I would say, based on everything that I've heard from assorted sources and people close to the action, prepare yourself for some not great news in the coming hours. I also want to clarify today's show. There will be a show that runs for Locked On Baylor. If today you're watching this is Wednesday, that will still go. Super outdated, by the way, that was already recorded for signing day, where we break down a lot of great prospects. I've been dealing with family issues with a hospital involved, so that's going to still run. But it might run without the knowledge of us knowing Austin Novosad would not be a Baylor Bear. If this happens, it is the most colossal non-2016 recruiting blunder in Baylor history.
Yes, and I don't know that any one recruit in that 2016 class would be as big as this in terms of the future implications of the program.
Right. Let me ask you this, Cam. Who's your favorite Baylor quarterback for next year?
I had to respond to someone already that's like, well, if he's not going to commit, just let him go. We don't need that. But you kind of need that because right now, if Blake Shapen takes another hit, right now being in September 2023, if he takes another hit, it goes out, the center is going to snap the ball to no one because they don't have one that you can really put in a Big 12 or Division I FBS football game.
Yeah.
And this is not good. And not just next year, because there are enough challenges to just have two scholarship quarterbacks, one being a freshman.
Yes.
But this was how they were mortgaging their future. This is what the future is at Baylor. It could be as early as next year. And now that is gone. That is gone. And because of that, there's going to be a domino effect. Best believe not the rest of the 20 guys who are committed to sign are going to sign if Austin Novosad says no. I guarantee it. These guys have retweeted these Novosad stats all year long, these offensive players. They are on board because they know this guy's going to be getting them the ball.
Yeah. If we were to talk about who is the number one recruiter on Baylor's staff this year, it might be Austin Novosad. He has done a lot to bring in guys since he originally committed to Baylor. Even when he was in limbo in the summer, immediately after, it's like, all right, let's run it and bring all these guys with you. And you see Brathwaite leaves, and then York leaves, and then you get A&M for York. It's like, oh, that's right in the jugular. And now if you take... I have not been as excited about a Baylor prospect because it's a quarterback, so you get a little more glorified pomp and circumstance with that.
Of course, yeah.
But the fact that he's this four-star kid who has been a meteoric rise in the last couple of off seasons, and Baylor got him, and the idea that he would say, I'm going to open it up to Ohio State and A&M and say no to them for Baylor, and then 9 hours before he could sign with Baylor, he flips to Oregon. I'm not even mad at the kid at this point, but someone has to atone for this sin. I need something, because how do you drop the ball this terribly at the finish line?
This would be catastrophic. Catastrophic. We mentioned it on probably today's show by what we're going on. And that there's just so much into like these next 1 or 2 recruiting classes. And so much goes with the Novosad flow. And you needed that momentum because it's been nothing but bad the last month since we drove out of Norman, Oklahoma on November 6th. It's
On
been
the
pretty
field,
much just bad, by the way.
coaching staff, transfer portal. There's a lot of bad that has happened for sure.
And look, I mean, I know I'm emotional. Emergency pod hasn't even happened yet, so getting way ahead of this. But they lose Novosad, and they're a below average team next year. The seat for the coach has to be warm. That's a lot of ifs in there. But if it is, the seat for the coach has got to be warm because you had a bunch of expectation this year, did not live up to it, had a bad first year. That's a wash. COVID, first year, whatever. You win big second year. Again, under a lot of rules, guys. A lot of rules, guys.
And one of Bryles.
Then you then you lose you lose all the ground from the expectations. You lose the biggest players in your recruiting class because Brathwaite was probably the next best guy, I think, on that list behind Novosad. You lost him too, and you're going to have a domino effect because of it. So now it's like, what's the direction here? Where are we hanging our hat the next couple of years? It's not the defense. You just hired a new defensive coordinator this year. It's not at the quarterback position because we don't have anything there. Like, what is this becoming?
That's it?
Yeah. I'm sad.
I'm not happy. I'm just gonna come out and say it. If this goes through, like I am very sure it's going to go through.
I think we're all a little emotional right now.
Austin, if you're listening, man, I'm sorry.
I'm just
whatever
so
we did.
confused.
I'm sorry, and I will be the first one to apologize and own up to whatever it was we did. I will fix it, and I will also volunteer to be a backup quarterback because at this point we need somebody. There's Blake Shapen, and that's it. Dear God, Blake Shapen, I'm sorry we've been mean to you. Please don't enter the transfer portal. Baylor will be down to 0 quarterbacks in that case. This isn't good. This could be better.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused after the summer. Like, what is it that Oregon is giving that Ohio State, Notre Dame, and A&M, which had their bad year, but he's literally like been A&M his whole life. What could Oregon offer that those 3 couldn't?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Phil Knight money. Those schools have money. Those schools have some of the best NIL deals in the country. Quinn Ewers made $1 million at one of those schools and took like 3 snaps.
Yeah. Welcome to bad.
And then he was the best quarterback in Texas this year. It was so fun to watch.
# embrace the suck. I really hope this is not like this is the last thing I wanted for Christmas. I'd rather have coal. I already said that this is the last thing holding my sanity together was this present that is Austin Novosad. Like I told him we'd go to George's together. Are you telling me that we can't go to George's together? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I think that might have been the deciding factor, if we're being honest.
Austin again, man. I just want to say sorry.
Please.
Please, man. If there's anything we can do, this is going to be clipped by somebody from Oregon. And they're going to look at these sad Baylor guys. Yes. Look at us. Gawk. Because you're right. We are those sad
Baylor. We are
Baylor
the
guys.
meme. We are the children.
All right. This episode is brought to you by betonline.net. Go there and bet. Bet on whether or not Austin Novosad will stay at Baylor. Because right now the odds are plus 1 million for yes.
You're going to have to pay out a lot of these.
Yeah, I am. Hope so. I don't know, man. BetOnline.net. It's cool.
Drake.
It's cooler than this. It's better than this. That's for sure.
Sad.
All right. Drake Toll, Cameron Stewart, Sports
Jackson
Illustrated, Inside the
Posey's
Bears.
already done the research on how many quarterbacks are available.
Yeah. As things
Look that up on Twitter.
As things break, go to Twitter, Inside the Bears. Go to Locked On Baylor. Go to us. Go to Inside the Bears, specifically online, and we will have breaking by the minute stuff. I was supposed to go on a roller coaster with my family tomorrow. My brother got out of the hospital after a 12-day stint. But you know what? Now this. Again, Austin, please. Please. That's my sob story. This has been Locked On Baylor Emergency Podcast. Locked on. Embrace the suck. Baylor.